No lengthy intro this time because I know you guys have waited long enough. Introducing the 2022 Honda Civic. The Civic first came out in 1972 and it started out as a subcompact. It eventually became a compact. This here is the 11th generation Civic, and as you can see, it's literally gotten bigger and bigger. In fact, this is a lot bigger than a Honda Accord from not too long ago, which, as you may already know, is Honda's mid-size sedan. Now, they say sedans are a dying breed, but the popularity of SUVs and crossovers really hasn't done much to compromise the Civic's popularity. This, or the Civic, is the 6th best-selling car of all time. And had it not been for the Civic's sales success, Honda may even cease to exist because they were about to give up on the automotive industry until the Civic came along. But enough of that, because I know you really came here to see what they've done with the latest one. As you can see, the Civic hasn't only grown in size, it has grown up, period. The previous Civic was a bit more radical in design, and that also made it more polarizing. This one is more subdued, which makes it less of a love it or hate it affair, but it also makes it more elegant and refined. Up front, you'll see that they haven't really jumped on the bandwagon with an oversized grille. You'll see that the grille is actually quite sleek, and so are the headlights. On this top-of-the-line RS variant, you get LED headlights with automatic high beams. You also get LED fog lights. That simplistic design theme is carried over along the side. You'll see that the body lines are very straightforward. You also get a pretty big greenhouse, and that crease at the end gives it a bit of a Cadillac vibe. Now, the top-of-the-line variant rolls on 18-inch wheels, which, despite being black and sporty, it doesn't scream boy racer, and I like that. You'll see that you also get ventilated discs up front and solid discs at the back. As far as the suspension is concerned, you still get McPherson struts up front and a multi-link suspension at the back. However, the ride on this promises to be 20% more compliant than on the previous one, so that equates to a softer ride. Now, looking at the back of this RS variant, you'll see that you get a lot of sporty touches that are tastefully done. Starting off with this ducktail spoiler. You also get dual exhausts that are real and a rear diffuser that hasn't gone off the deep end. You also get full LED taillights, and when you open the trunk, you'll see that it has loads of room. This can accommodate over 400 liters of cargo space, and if that isn't enough, you can simply fold the rear seats 60-40 to give you even more space. Now, I also like how these trunk hinges are concealed to give it more of an upscale look. Let's go check out what's under the hood. So under the hood, you still get the same 1.5-liter turbocharged engine, which now produces 178 horsepower and 240 Newton meters of torque. But this has been enhanced to deliver power earlier on to make it more suitable for daily driving conditions and make it feel lighter on its feet. This has still made it to a CVT, or a continuously variable transmission, which has also been improved to feel more like a conventional automatic. The good news is that regardless of which variant you look at, you still get the same engine and transmission combo. So say goodbye to the naturally aspirated Honda Civic. Now, I'm sitting here for the first time, but I can already tell that this is a marked improvement over the previous generation. It's simpler and more compact. And it really goes to show that Honda listens or pays attention to what their customers have to say, because you no longer get glossy black plastic around the gear selector. This is made of scratch-resistant material that still looks stylish. You also get a volume knob for your infotainment system, which was a huge complaint over the previous generation model. And despite dialing it down a bit in terms of styling, this interior just looks and feels more upscale. You get soft touch leather on the dash. The air vents are also nicely integrated and look like nothing else you can find in other cars. All the knobs and switches are tactile and nice to the touch. In fact, I can say that for all moving parts in here. The ergonomics in here is simply phenomenal. And despite all the plastics on these seats, I can already tell that they are extremely comfortable. They provide just the right amount of bolstering and adequate thigh support. And despite this car being relatively big for its size, the visibility is top-notch. and it's easy to find your ideal driving position thanks to the fact that you have a power adjustable seat and a tilt and telescopic steering wheel. There's also no shortage here when it comes to the tech and features department, and although this infotainment system kind of looks like an afterthought, it does come standard with Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay. You also get a multi-view rear camera and a 12-speaker Bose sound system that will undoubtedly elevate your riding experience. You also have a wireless charge pad, which is conveniently placed, so even if you have large rings on these cup holders, they won't get in your way. Your device is still extremely accessible. The instrument cluster is fully digital and it's clear and legible. It also varies depending on which drive mode you select. Then there's the dual zone automatic climate controls, which is extremely intuitive. Anyone with half a brain can figure out how to operate this. It's that simple. In fact, that's something I can say for this entire interior because everything here is easy to operate. There's absolutely no guesswork involved, and that speaks towards good design. Now at the back you get heaps of legroom, and there's enough space underneath the front seats for you to really stretch out. Headroom is slightly compromised thanks to the sloping roofline, but at least you're not sitting too upright. The materials used on the door cards here are slightly harder compared to what you get up front, but at least the touch points are soft. Amenities here include a center armrest with cup holders, map pockets, and rear air vents. Unfortunately, I don't see any charge ports. To sum it up, the Civic has made great strides when it comes to making something good even better. And it's not just the features and performance numbers. More importantly, it's good design, something we sometimes take for granted. This definitely has all the attributes to make it a class leader, but what really seals the deal is the fact that all variants come with Honda Sensing, which includes features like collision braking mitigation system, lane keeping assist, road departure mitigation, lane departure warning, auto high beams, adaptive cruise control with low speed follow, and lead car departure notification system. It's also worth noting that the Civic received a 5-star rating in the ASEAN NCAP. Prices for the all-new Honda Civic range from 1.3 to 1.7 million pesos. And considering everything you get with all the variants, it's only just a matter of time before we start seeing a number of these on our roads. Thanks for watching.